can fool the rest, but you can't fool me. You can't fool me. You can fool the rest, but you can't fool me. You can't fool me. You can fool the rest, but you can't fool. You can't fool me. You can fool the rest, but you can't. You can fool the rest, but you can't fool me. You can't fool me. You can fool the rest, but you can't fool me. You can't fool me. You can fool the rest, but you can't fool. You can't fool me. You can fool the rest, but you can't.
Hello, everyone. It's Pops. So, topic of the day is monkeypox. So, what is monkeypox? Monkeypox is a kind of a skin type of virus. Something that gives you lesions on your skin. Something similar to when we were kids. We had chickenpox, smallpox, and things like that. So, this has been around for, for decades. Monkeypox has existed. It was in Africa. The problem is they're claiming that it could be used as a biological weapon. You can put it, let's say, go to 10 different train stations throughout the United States and I guess whatever, wipe this monkeypox, whatever it is, on, rails. People will be touching it and things like that. I looked it up, seeing kind of what a kind of death toll and all that. I've watched doctors and I've watched a lot of doctors and they claim really it's not a thing that would kill you. But if you're in, let's say, Africa, a lot of people have died because of dehydration. They don't have food and things like that. So that's why there's a lot of deaths with it. But with proper hydration and medicines, they say it's really not going to kill anyone. So why is it that we only have about 5 cases of this monkeypox, and they're showing you pictures that are like 30, 40 years old? Are they trying to scare us? What is the goal? I mean, they show you this picture here. It's a lot of their famous pictures. They show you like a kid like this. I'll show you in a moment. And they show you a picture like that. And these pictures, they say are 30 years old, 40 years old. So why are they showing me pictures 30, 40 years old? The most horrible cases of this monkeypox. It's basically a fear factor. Now, what are they trying to make us focus on? Are they going to make this thing go wild in the United States? I don't think so. I think this, they say it's not really as contagious as, a flu or something. It's hard to catch this. You have to make contact with the person, or you have to, they have a spore in their hand and they touch a rail and now you touch it, things like that. So, why are they bringing out this monkeypox? Why did the United States all of a sudden buy 13 million doses? And I could show you that. U.S. buys 13 million doses. Well, obviously, they bought 13 million. They spent 119 million worth of monkeypox vaccines. Where's that money going to? Okay, it seems to be that money just keeps disappearing. They are bankrupting this country. I mean, there's no in between. Look at how much money. They just keep spending money. Like, we didn't need 13 million doses of monkeypox, in my opinion, unless there's some kind of real scare, which it ain't happening yet. Are they preparing for some kind of biological terrorist warfare with this thing? Why would the United States spend $119 million on 13 million doses, which adds up to about, I don't know, $9 a dose or something like that? So why did we buy 13 million doses when we've never had really monkeypox in the United States? There's always been around. There's always been a case here or there in Africa. Constantly there's a case here or there. I don't know if they experiment over there. I don't know what. They got labs over there. Who knows what they're doing? But here's the key. Constantly, you watch the news, and more money and more money and more money and more money just keeps disappearing from us, going to where? Are they in with these companies? It's like, all right, well, look, you know, buy the monkeypox virus from us. They cut deals under the table. We'll deposit, 20 million in your bank account. I mean, I don't know what's going on. This is crazy. It is not. They're not stopping. Okay, that's the part that should bother everyone. It's just never-ending story with everything. Then you got on the 22nd, which is tomorrow. You're gonna have the World Economic Forum. I talked about this yesterday. Having a meeting in Geneva, Switzerland, which is a beautiful place. There it is. Okay, and what they're doing is they're having a meeting so they can basically take total control of the whole entire globe's medical fields. They could just shut down stuff, put people in camps, do whatever they want. They'll send in, UN forces. They'll call it a World Economic Forum police or something. And they're going to go to, let's say, town. They'll probably start it out in a small city, lock it down. That's going on. Now, it's so funny that these evil people are having a meeting when the moon, there's going to be a moon, and it's going to look like this. It's called the Devil Eclipse Moon, which is happening on the 28th. So your satanic worshipers are meeting, and there you go. They're getting their little devil horn moon. It's going to probably be a big, they'll probably after that have a big devil, a ceremony somewhere near the, what's that thing called? Where they break up the protons. I forgot what it's called. Anyway, they're going to have probably a devil ceremony there in Switzerland. So there's a lot of other stuff going on. I've been watching shows. I don't know if things are fear factors or what they're doing, but they're getting prepared for something now. Maybe there's going to be something else. This monkeypox could be a distraction. They're constantly showing us, though, all these different people that had monkeypox, and they're all old pictures. These are old pictures. All right, these aren't new things that just came out. Let's look at if there's any dates on them. They're claiming they're like 30 years old, a lot of these pictures. So why are you showing me that? Are you really trying to scare me? If this thing goes down in the U.S., there will be big problems. So, I've been thinking about how much farther they want to push us. We're running into a lot of problems with food. And different things. And 1 second, I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. I just had somebody knocking on my door. So there's a lot of stuff going on. Total collapse. That's what they're trying to do, in my opinion. I've watched articles. I'll tell you some stories. I was reading up on, they have a lot of underground tunnels and all this stuff. They're claiming the elites are building these little underground cities. And a year or two from now, we're going to be in the total chaotic world where people are going to be fighting for food and things like that. I know this sounds like a movie, Mad Max, but this is what they're, just stories I hear. So imagine all the elites going down in these underground cities, and it's total chaos up here, right? We're all going to fight and fend. And in like a year or two, they come back up with all their super technology that they've been hiding from us, like things like med beds and all types of different drones and laser weapons. So they come back up and they try to take control of the planet now when there's maybe, let's say, 1 billion people left out of the 8. They want 500 million. I don't see that happening. So now they come back up. Now it's like Star Wars, We're going to have the evil empire fighting the resistance, right? Because, hey, if I fought up here and I survived through the chaos, I'm not giving up anything at that point. What, think you're going to let these guys come back? Now, what I believe is I believe they got some underground bases and stuff, but I think they have a piece of land that's past Antarctica, and they're not letting anybody go. And I think a lot of those rockets that they claim Elon Musk is claiming they go into outer space, I think they're going to this piece of land past Antarctica's wall, and they actually have a piece of land that's, they live on, basically. These super rich elites have like a piece of land that nobody knows about, like a hidden could be a hidden island, it could be a hidden continent, I don't know. That's what I believe. There has to be a reason why they don't care about what's going to happen. We know there's going to be chaos. There's no doubt about it. I mean, we know with no food shortages, gas shortages, and everything boiling up, getting worse and worse. People, it's not getting better. If anybody out there, you're in chat, if you could tell me how anything's getting better, good for you, because I don't see anything getting better. So it's just getting worse and worse, right? And what's their plan? All along, their plans to depopulate. They can't control 8 billion people. That's the problem. So these are things that are happening. Now, I've watched a couple other different shows, and they're talking about China right now is hoarding food. The ports of Shanghai, where they're stopping all the importing and exporting, there's still ships going in and out of there. But what they are container ships that they're building, and they're getting ready for war. So they could transport soldiers, food, and supplies, because you need a good supply line. When you got China's got like 100 million man army or whatever, they could really, logistically, you can't move millions of soldiers all over the place. So maybe they're getting ready to move maybe 1 million soldiers. To move 100 million soldiers, you would need 10 years. Logistics, okay? So that's not the fear factor. The fear factor is they're claiming that China's getting ready with Russia. This has all been planned. They have tapes. These are tapes where officials have been talking. People have gotten them. Now, they don't know. They're not confirming if they're real. I mean, I don't see why they would fake these type of tapes, but with Chinese leaders talking about invading the U.S. on the West Coast. I don't think they would get here. I think our Navy would just blow up every ship they have that tries to get to us. But anything is possible. Maybe they come in through Mexico. I think no matter what happens, our military is so powerful that our Air Force and Navy could just wipe them out if they try to get here. The thing is it going to be a sneak attack? That's the problem. So they're calling it like another D-Day invasion, but it's on U.S. soil. Remember, the U.S. is really, beside Pearl Harbor, has never been touched. So that's another thing in the you got to think about. I mean, so much stuff you got to think about. You'll get a headache in the morning. But I wanted to go over this monkeypox bullshit, in my opinion. The only way this becomes really basically something you got to be nervous if it's going to be biologically planted on our soil. They say they can weaponize this thing. I don't know if it's possible. I'm not a scientist, but I would imagine they can. Watch shows with doctors, though, and they say that this is not a big deal at all, this monkeypox. This has been around for a long time. Always tribes in Africa have had this monkeypox, here and there. It's been spread a few times through animals and things like that. Like they transport an animal from Africa to the U.S. A couple of people get it. But if they weaponize it and start planting it all over the U.S., when they'll call it some kind of terrorist, domestic terrorism, or they'll call it just terrorism. Who knows what they're going to use? That could cause chaos. So people, all I could say to you is, I think the people that if, things are not getting there yet, they're going to be there. I say in 6 months to a year, it's going to be so obvious to everyone. I think the people that will survive are the people that prepare. You got to start to prepare with food supplies and things like that, water. Even water, if you got water running into your house in a city and they shut the power, how are you going to get water? Sometimes it works off pressure. But a lot of times, you need a pump to pump the water into your house. So if they can't treat the water too in the water stations because they have no power, then you're not going to have water. So I would start. What I do, I know tap water is terrible, has fluoride. But at least if I had that, right, it wouldn't be as bad. So what I do is when I buy Poland Spring, which is terrible anyway, spring water, believe it or not, it's not even spring water. Any bottle I buy of distilled water or spring, after I'm done with it, I fill it up with tap water. I probably got 100 bottles, 200 bottles in my house filled with tap water because it's free, right? So I'll fill them up and I'll just keep them in the closets or keep them in storage. So in case I do wake up one day and there's no water, at least I got some water, even though it's fluoride water, it's better than no water. So those little things to prepare, because see, I don't have to spend money on water. I could spend money on food to prepare. So I'd rather take my money and put it towards food. I definitely would start to buy extra food. I don't know what, if any of you haven't, what are you waiting for? Food is going up anyway. So like I said, buy a can of tuna fish right now. You can still probably grab them for $1 a can. That can of tuna fish will be $5 a can in 6 months to a year from now. But when there's food shortages, everything. Bread's going to be $10 a loaf. We know this. If you don't see it, then you're blind. What do you think? Things aren't getting better. If anybody could point out what's getting better out there, nothing. Yeah, Christian said there's 55 gallons of drinking water in my hot water tank. Yeah, there is. But your hot water tank, I don't know. Can you pump that water? I mean, you would have to go to the tank and just open the valve and let it out because you couldn't even pump it with no power. See, I'm worried about the power too. So definitely prepare. I don't think the monkeypox thing is going to be a big deal unless they basically make it, they biologically use it. This is to me the biggest problem is this Davos group that they're meeting with the World Economic Forum today. It ends on the 28th, and I think that's going to be the real ticket. Once they're able to override our Constitution, then what the hell do we have here? Yeah, I know. That's what I figured, Christian. It has a valve at the bottom. Yep, you're right. But if you do turn on your water and you have no water, so you got 55 gallons, I don't know how many people live in your house. I think the average person needs 2 liters a day. So, that's going to last you a while, but still. But definitely start to prepare. It's coming. Everything is coming. Klaus Schwab is already, even the Klaus Schwab pledges the world can find salvation at Davos. Here we go. Let me add this to the stream and show you what kind of evil monsters we're fighting. This guy's a demon. Something's wrong with him. I don't know what it is, but so Klaus Schwab pledges the world can find salvation at Davos 2022. That meeting's happening tomorrow, and it'll end on the 28th. So by the 28th, when they come back, you'll see if you're going to be free in the United States. I could probably say 99%. They will vote into it, but then supposedly it has to go through our Senate to be legal. And I don't think it'll go through the Senate. I'm hoping not. But if our Senate votes for it, oh my goodness, I don't know where to go from there. I mean, then they're just monsters, How many monsters do we have? That's the whole key. I mean, no matter what a senator thinks, he's got to see this is bad, When you're giving sovereignty to another establishment over your own country's sovereignty, that's insanity. And so this is your biggest fear. Don't worry about monkeypox. Worry about this guy. His name is Klaus Schwab, the demon. Okay? Worry about the Schwab man. Look at this. This is what they fly in. Davos Forum elites to the immediate global action climate change. And look what they're flying in there. And they're talking about climate change, right? Look at their beautiful jets. This is what we're dealing with. We're dealing with animals. This guy here, the whole country, basically, from what I understood, hated him in France. Hated him. He had like his approval rating, if you're lucky, it was 10%. And they're saying that he won. So we know that was rigged again. That's why you notice a lot of these elites don't care about their ratings. They just keep doing what they do. They got no morals. They're godless. Like the guy Newsom in California. He knows no matter how many people hate him, how many people, whatever, he's going to win anyway because they got it all, they got it all fixed up. So it don't matter. When you know you can't lose, right? Do whatever you want. And that's what they're doing. I want to know why we can't go see our congressmen and senators. I want to know why Washington has been locked up for over 2 years now with gates around it. Nobody talks about that. Did you ever notice that nobody's talking about that that is a big thing. And let me explain to you. Before all this January mess with the protest and all that, prior to all this election bullshit, you used to be able to walk into Washington, D.C. and ask to see your congressman, ask to see your senator, make appointments to go see them. And you would go in there and you could represent a town, let's say, and you give them your grievances or whatever it is. You represented a church, whatever. They have locked it down where they don't let nobody in no more. So nobody could go there and give them their grievances because they don't want to hear it because they're in total control. Total tyranny. How is it possible? I mean, you used to go on a White House tour years ago, right? 2-3 years ago, you used to go into the White House with your family and go on a tour, and they would show you all the paintings and the rooms in the White House and all this. Kids used to go a lot, school trips. They don't have that anymore. They don't have anything. Why are we not asking that? Why are we not asking, why do you still have fences up? Why is it you don't want the people inside? Because I'm going to tell you why. They know they're pushing the envelope so hard that they're scared shit if there ever is a rebellion that they may get caught up in it. They may go get them. And they know there's people now that see what they're doing and they're scared that somebody may come in there and do something crazy. And let me tell you, they're not lying about that part because, yes, they are doing such evil stuff that even regular good people see what these people are doing to us. They're evil. They're just evil. And, I tell you, they're demons. I'm the demon hunter. Pops the demon hunter. That's who I am. I hunt these guys. I'm their nightmare. That's why I'm not growing on YouTube because they're just putting me in the bottom of the list somewhere. They bury me in the basement. To find my show, you need to have a crane and dig through everybody. They got thousands of shows and bury mine. So, but I'm their nightmare. There's a few other guys like me out there. There's plenty of them, I guess. And we got to be their nightmare. I will not stop talking about their demons because they are demons. I don't care what anybody says. These people are demons. And that's the way it is. They're destroying Ukraine, taking their breadbasket. Russia now basically has the ports of Ukraine. They have all their wheat, so they're securing their food supply. China is hoarding their food. They're not giving it up to anyone anymore. So the U.S. is doing the opposite. We're still importing food out, and our people are starting to feel it, but we don't matter because they want this country taken down. Global elites don't need America anymore. They have such technology they don't need. See, America was the police of the world. It was invented for that specific reason. It got gifted all the power that it got from the elites because they wanted it to be the police force of the world. Now they don't need America's police force of the world. Right now, you got the WHO. They could just say there's a flu and we're shutting down your city and just send a couple of thousand UN soldiers in there, and that's the end of the story for that city. So this is what's going on. Imagine the World Health Organization has a military force, let's say 100,000 men, okay? And you got a city where there is 10 million people, like New York, and they decide that New York has to be shut down. Well, if you send 100,000 soldiers into New York, you can control 10 million people with no problem. They practically control New York City with 30,000 police officers. I know people don't think so, but if they took all those cops and armed them up and put them out there, it would be a different game, shooting people on sight. So do not think that we're untouchable, because they don't have to go after the whole country. See, everybody here in America usually waits for it to get to them. They want to save you. Everybody's lazy. Everybody's gutless. Not everybody. Let me rephrase this. 90%, because I know the 10% that are watching me aren't. So 90% of the country wants to save you. They don't want to go fight the fight. And you're going to have to fight the fight. And the 10% of us are going to have to fight the fight for the 90% that don't want to fight it. So imagine 100,000 soldiers showing up on New York's doorstep. They lock down that whole city. And that's a World Health Organization, right? So these are the things you're going to be facing. Let's get into this monkeypox a little more. Let's see what we can find out about it. Monkeypox. All right, let me bring this up, add it to the stream. So monkeypox was first discovered in 1958 when 2 outbreaks of the pox-like disease occurred in colonies of monkeys for research. See, it's always for research, hence the name monkeypox. The first human case of monkeypox was recorded in 1970. That's 52 years ago. In the Democratic Republic of Congo during a period of intensified effort to eliminate smallpox. Since the monkeypox is reported in humans in other Central and Western African countries. So it's been reported, and a lot of the African countries have had different but it's not a pandemic. The only way the doctors, from what I watch, are claiming that this could be a pandemic would have to be weaponized. Signs and symptoms. I think I went over this yesterday on my show. Fever, headache, muscle aches, backache, swollen lymph nodes, chills, exhaustion. But you'll see skin lesions. So that is the signs. And see, now they're saying here, which is bullshit. I watched a few articles. They're claiming how dangerous is the disease. I've seen articles say 1 out of 10 people, and it's not true. I've watched shows with different doctors, and they all said that 99% of the time, you're not going to die from it as long as you're as long as it's treated and you're, hydrated and you have food and things like you see in Africa when they catch this. The poor people, they don't even have water or food, so their immune system is shot. And this doctors that I've been watching say this isn't a really big deal, and maybe it isn't. Maybe this is just a distraction, or maybe they got something else worked up. I think they need an invisible flu. See, you can't have something that, well, it's obvious you caught monkeypox, so you're going to get these lesions, right? They need this invisible nightmare. All right. These are all scares, if you ask me. That's what I think. All of this is scares. I'm looking for different articles. I can't really find anything interesting. What is symptoms? It's all about symptoms and what it is. It's just to get it out there. They want to get you used to something. So they're getting you used to, look, this country, this world's becoming hypochondriacs. All right. Every little thing now we're worried about. Oh, my God, monkeypox. 3 people got it. Oh, buy 13 million doses of monkeypox. That company, boy, they must be real happy. They probably had this vaccine sitting in their, in their warehouse, so they couldn't get rid of it. And they were like, woo, $120 million. Boom. All right. And who knows what the cut was for the big guy, right? The big guy. Did he get 10% of that? What is it? Should we be worried? They're saying it's rare. And potentially there has been confirmed in the U.S. and 2 new cases appearing in the U.K. All of a sudden on the same exact day. Now, I want you to understand how this is organized. On the same exact day, they declared cases in the U.S., U.K., Australia, and certain parts of Europe. So, and Canada. So why isn't it like, okay, today we found 3 cases in the U.S., 2 days from now, maybe we found 5 cases in Australia. Why is it all on the same exact day they reported it? All right. Is that organized? See, they're so dumb that an average smart person could see through their bullshit. But why is it they're reporting it? Well, let's see how you can catch it. This is what they're claiming. Monkeypox can be caught from a bite by an infected animal or by touching its blood, bloody fluids, or fur. It's thought to be separately by rodents such as rats, mice, squirrels. It's also possible to catch the disease by eating meat from an infected animal that has not been cooked properly. So I guess cook your meat good so you can't, who knows if they're going to do some bullshit. Anyway, it's very unusual to catch monkeypox from a human because it doesn't spread easily between two people. But it is possible to spread the disease through touching clothing, bedding, towels, or by someone with the rash. The disease can also be transmitted by touching monkeypox skin blisters. I think that's the way you really would catch it, or scabs, or getting too close to coughs and sneezes from an infected person. Well, listen, if I see somebody with all those lesions on their body, who the hell's going to go near them? I mean, you don't really got to explain that to me. Symptoms: fever, headache, muscle aches. We know all that. Swollen glands, shivering. Can monkeypox kill you? So this is the bullshit. This is where the bullshit comes in. Studies in Central Africa where people have less access, to quality health care show the disease kills as many as 1 in 10 affected people. Yes, if you don't have water and food and you're practically dying already and you catch this monkeypox, yeah, you're going to die because you were practically dead already. Okay? And there is a medicine that they can give you orally that, kind of, I guess, destroys this thing. However, most patients recover within a few weeks. They say 2 to 4 weeks, I think, from what I've been reading. Patients will usually need to stay in a specialist hospital so infection doesn't spread and general symptoms can be treated. There is one vaccine and one specific treatment. SIGA Technologies, Tecovirimat, a drug usually sold under the brand of T-Pox, but they are not yet widely available. So, doesn't sound like anything big here. Nothing to worry about, and I don't think we should worry about it. But if they engineer it and it spreads more, then we got a problem. Then we're going to have World Health Organization coming in and we got 20 cases of monkeypox in New York City. We got to lock the whole city down. Everything is an overreaction. Everything is made to make the people overreact. Everything. They're making people germophobics now. I still see people wearing a mask, and they don't have to, but they're still wearing it because they make people germphobes. I used to laugh and watch one of these comedians. He's a bald guy. I forgot his name. Anyway, I used to watch him, and he was like a germophobic. His name is Harvey something, I think. He's on he's on America Got Talent and all that. And he's a germaphobe. Like, he won't touch people's hands. He's like weird. I think the whole world, they're trying to make people into that. I mean, people are really out there now. They're like hypochondriacs. They're worried about every little thing now. This is getting crazy. This is what they're turning the population into. So these are facts. Introduction: natural host to monkey virus. They're saying that various animal species have been identified as susceptible to the monkey virus. So it includes squirrels, tree squirrels, rats, mice, and primates. So I guess New York has plenty of rats. You know what I mean? And they got plenty of mice. So All right, I'm back. So anyway, we got had another incident with my dogs. They're running around the house like lunatics. We got outbreaks in 1970. Transmission. If anybody wants to jump on, I'll put a link in YouTube. Actually, let me see. But the only thing I can tell you that could be helpful is to prepare. You have to prepare. There's going to be a lot of stuff coming out. This is just the beginning. This is phase one. We're hitting phase two. And then phase three is the kill shot. I don't know what it's going to be, what they're going to do, but I could see we're becoming very weak. I mean, we're getting attacked on all ends. I mean, how much can we put up with? Between how much can we withstand? You know, if we have food shortages, gas shortages, power shortages, we got all kinds of different pandemics coming out, World Health Organization taking control of our country for medical tyranny. I mean, like, so doesn't look too prosperous for us. Let me put a link on YouTube and let's put that out there. Anybody wants to join, you got anything you'd like to talk about? But understand in general, this is evil. If you don't believe it, don't believe it. Everybody hit that like button. I only got 6 likes and I got 10 people in here. It's like crazy. I'm getting to the point I don't even know why I do shows anymore. Because it seems like people come on my show. I got people, they don't subscribe. They come on every day. They don't hit the like button. Oh, you're not lazy. You won't help me out. Hit that like button, people. Come on. So anyway, I mean, you got to think about it. Put everything on a piece of paper. Go home. Write down everything you're fighting right now. Okay? And weigh it out and see what kind of war you're up against. Because when you write down everything that's going on against you, name me something that's actually helping you right now. What is good? What is going on out there that's actually helping you? What are they doing to help you at all? Are they doing anything? They just keep taking more stuff away from you. They keep making things more expensive for you, keep making more things harder for you to get, making it harder for you to do everything, to go to work, to travel, to buy food, to live, to even watch TV and get stressed out with the shit they're putting on, to deal with everything. So it's not getting easier. It will never, ever, ever, ever go back to normal. Their main thing is you have to understand is they want a revolution. Now, they're not going to be around when we start taking each other out and doing craziness. So when the shit hits the fan and we start really having the food shortages and all this stuff and it starts getting crazy, they're going to do 2 things. They're going to let certain cities burn down. Okay, they want to destroy stuff, and then all of a sudden they're going to declare martial law, and that's the end game. I think that's why they want chaos, so they could declare, martial law, and then we're going to have a bigger revolution on our hands because now we're going to have the people against police. Or soldiers against their own citizens. It's crazy. So even if it's not going to happen, we're close to it happening. Think about that. Even if, let's say, it doesn't, do you really think this is going to end? What do you think food is going to go back and get cheaper? I've never seen food in my life go down in price. Been around for 57 years. If they raise milk, it's probably the only thing that fluctuates a little bit once in a while. But if they raise milk, everything else goes up, like whether it be yogurt, cream cheese, ice cream. I've never seen that price go down. I used to sell Haagen-Dazs, and when the milk went up, the Haagen-Dazs would go up, and they would blame the milk. Then when the milk went back down, they wouldn't lower the price of the ice cream. They keep it the same. So they never lower the prices. So things will never go back. You're always, these prices, that's it. They're written in stone. You're never going to see the days where you pay cheaper prices for food. So like meat, you're never going to pay less than what you see now. You're always going to pay now $5 a pound for chopped meat, usually. Oh, they'll have a sale here and there. But that's now. What happens when chopped meat's $10 a pound? Do you think it's going to go up to $10 a pound and then miraculously get lower? And nothing goes down in price. A loaf of bread I don't see loaves of bread going down in price ever. So whatever you're paying for bread now, be prepared to pay more and be prepared for that price to stick. Nothing basically is gonna, I don't see anything getting better in the future. Maybe we get a different president in there. Maybe, okay, he could create some more jobs. We could get gasoline down a little bit. That'll help. We need to be self-sufficient with, petroleum. If we can't get our own petroleum, then we're always going to have high prices. So I think that has a lot to do with it. I think with the gas going down, that will help stop stuff from going up. But I've not seen prices go down ever in my lifetime. And I mean, on a massive scale. Yeah, once in a while, an item or two goes down in price. But in general, whenever they raise prices, these manufacturers, even if things get cheaper for them, they don't lower the price because it's more profit for them. And you're accustomed and you're used to paying that price anyway, just like with all these stupid little plagues that they're putting out there. They want you to become accustomed to all different types of viruses and plagues and things like that. That's what they want you to be accustomed to. Okay? So understand that part. They want you to get used to this. They want you to get used to, another thing, small pot, another thing, another one. And they want you basically that you're just going to have to walk around with a bio suit one day. That's what they want. And there are dark forces behind all of this. So understand that. So has anybody got any questions? Before I end this stream, just wanted to get out there, talk about this monkey virus. Whatever it's called, monkeypox, whatever. It's a crock of bullshit. Another fear factor. If it does get bad, it was definitely bioengineered to be weaponized because this thing doesn't spread. I've listened to 5-6 different doctors, and they all say the same thing. You shouldn't really worry about this because it's hard to spread and it's very visible. So if anybody has it, you're going to know. You're going to see lesions on them. Shit. I go next to somebody, I see them with all pus and pimples all over their arms. I'm not going near them. And Nito says, go Yankees. Yeah. Yankees are doing good. Mets are doing great too. I'm not I like Yankees and Mets. So they're National League, American League. I root for either one. But I am a Yankee fan by heart. Because to me, the Yankees are the greatest sports franchise in the history of any sport. But anyway, to get into sports is another show. Anybody else got any questions? All right. Well, I guess we'll have to end this show. Just wanted to get it out there with this monkeypox scam, I believe. All of a sudden, 5-6 countries in the same day all got a case of monkeypox. They just want to get you used to it, people. Don't let it bother you. And, may the almighty God bless you and your family, and Pops out.